But let's shift focus on Indraprastha Gas. There has been a hike in CNG as well as PNG to offset the increased cost because of COVID. And the CNG retail price has now been revised in New Delhi itself to 45 rupees point 20 paise per kg, and PNG domestic prices is currently going at about almost 30.91. So let's talk about all of this and the impact of the same for IGL. We have Mr. A.K. Jana, the MD at IGL, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Jana, good to have you on the show. Just wanted to understand how these current PNG as well as CNG price hikes stand to impact your margins.
Good morning. I hope everybody is fine. We have a robust pricing policy. And today, if you see that we are selling the cheapest CNG as well as PNG in the country. And our target as a retail sector, we have a target to do the business through the volume rather than increasing the margin only. And looking into the, today, if you see the conversion of the vehicles, pre-COVID situation was around 4,000 to 5,000 per month vehicle used to get converted into CNG. Today, that figure has gone up to around 16,000 per month it is coming up. And we are happy to say that our sale has gone by 15 to 20% higher than the pre-COVID situation. And the price increase is just because of, it was mandatory for us because of 2-3 reasons. One is that the allocation of domestic gas, it is based on the last 6-month average. And that average has been taken based on during the COVID situations. As a result, the consumption was less and 10% increase was there. As a result, we are getting what it is desired to have at this stage. If I add pre-COVID situation, 10 plus 10, 20% should have been increased. So as a result, the volume has gone up and I'm not getting the required domestic gas. And we don't have any long-term tie-up to blend with this domestic gas for PNG and CNG. As a result, we are forced to procure spot LNG, which is around 8 times more than the domestic price. And because of that, we are required to pass some amount of that increase to the customer. At the same time, I must tell that we are putting around 50 CNG stations every year in Delhi so that the queues are getting less and end customer is in a comfort zone so that they don't require to spend more time while coming to my filling stations. So these are the basically 2 factors. Because of that, we have increased that to only 90 paisa per kg and the CNG. And if you see third point also, if you see that even this increase is having around more than 60% less than the alternate fuel. And I hope this is a right step and between the balancing between the both customers as well as the stakeholders. So it will not have much impact on the growth the way I'm expecting that it can go up to by end of this year or the financial year, we may touch the conversion rate can go up to 20,000 per month. Thank you very much.
Sure. The other big thing which is currently taking place in the industry, Mr. Jana, is that even regular fuels like, diesel, petrol prices, they've been at a record high. Wanted to understand at what level or rate are the conversions now happening to natural gas?
As I told you that the conversion, you see, daily we have converted entire PNG into, those who are in the industry, those who are using the polluting fuel, we have converted into PNG. Now, recently some mandate also came for entire NGT, by NGT and as well as the chairperson of air quality. They have directed that all the industry in NCR to be converted into PNG, for which we are putting up our infrastructure so as to capture entire industry. Those who are using at least polluting fuel can convert it into PNG. And the conversion rate for industry and the commercial is coming up very high, I must say. And the new GAs also, wherever we are trying to expand as early as possible. Entire GA should be covered by networks so that whoever is asking for the connectivity will be able to give them, be it domestic, be it industrial and commercial, as well as the CNG. And we have a target because all the GAs are not very far away from the cross-country pipeline. So for which we are working with the pipeline owner to get the connectivity as early as possible. Our target is that all the 7 GS new added to IGL kitty and to be connected by end of this year through the pipeline. Presently, we are basically supplying gas in all the GAs through virtual pipeline, either through LNG or through the CNG transportation through the on road. So by virtual pipeline, we have started. So the conversion is going to be high, and I must tell that the if you see the CAGR growth, if I take the for IGL in the last 5 years, the CAGR growth was around 13 to 15%. Now we are expecting the next. The projection is like that it can go even touch up to CAGR 19 to 20% growth would be there. So there's a huge, and today in the country wise, if you see that around 35 to 40 MCMD gas is being consumed, and the 3 4 years probably it may touch even 60 MCMD gas per day in the CGD sector only.
Okay. When you say that you are expecting the business to grow by 15 to 20% on a sustainable basis, are you indicating that this will be a 15 to 20% CAGR growth, or that 15% kicks in and then it will pause?
You see the new GAs, no, and today the you can say um, around 8, 90, 95% I'm getting from my existing GA. New GAs are contributing around 5 to 6%. That we are expecting that it will giving us, they will a 3 to 4 fold would be coming from the new GAs. Even if I take the Rewari itself, no, now they have crossed 1 lakh kg per day CNG being sold. And I'm expecting that the growth from the new GAs would be coming faster growth, CAGR growth would be very high. And the existing GAs, now it is a question of network is there. How many customers we can connect as early as possible, and how many CNG station additionally we can set up. Today, the CNG is no more it is an intracity, now intercity. Few actions we have taken, you must appreciate that we have tied up with the DTC for 10 years. No, long-term contract we have signed. So DTC is with us, even though people would be coming, that EVs would be coming. So it will take time. The CNG business will be there all the time. I have tied up 10 years for DTC, number one. Number two, we have started a new business area. That is the long-haul transportation. With one field, it can go 1,000 kilometers. The bus can travel 1,000 kilometers, and we have been flying more than last 6 months between Delhi to Dehradun. We are sending the buses from Delhi and coming back to Delhi from Dehradun. So with that, and we are now tying up with we are working with all the nearby cities, the STUs and the private player, so that the more number of long haul buses are getting converted into CNG. It is now much cheaper, and now it is also environment friendly. So looking into that, people are also, and the government is also very keen for going phase manner. It can go to the EVs, but today it is basically time for CNG only. And I'm expecting that the growth, the way it is going up, it will be more than 15%. And I'm expecting, if I see that the IGL itself, no, last year our total sale volume was around 5.3, and this quarter one, even though we had in the Delhi and NCR badly impacted because of the second wave of COVID, and during that time also we could maintain the last year average 5.3 MCMD gas in the entire quarter, even though there are 2 months is totally standstill. Entire city NCR was standstill. In spite of that, we could achieve the average of the last year 5.3 MCMD. Today we are selling at the range of 7.5 to 8 MCMD. So itself shows that the growth is around 19% growth is there already. So looking into that, I'm expecting that the 15 to 20% growth would be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you think that the investments which are coming in EV and what is happening to alternate fuels and the way new hydrogen fuel and the battery technology which is getting developed, the business of IGL in the long term will get disrupted?
You see, still no, even though country has gone for BS6, April 2020, and if you see the population of vehicle other than 20
Yeah, yeah, I'm
BS6,
there.
is a very high number. And today, EVs definitely is the future. But when it question is that when it will come. Now those my target is that as many as people are converting into CNG, at least they would be there for 10 to 15 years with me. So that would be there. So our target is to go for more conversion today. And we are working with all the manufacturer, even the latest data, they have also declared coming on a CNG in a big ways. Maruti is already there. And Hyundai also, we had a discussion. Kia also, we have a discussion. So everybody is now coming up with the conversion with the CNG vehicle. We are discussing with them how the price can be made at par with the VS6 cars or buses or whatever it is basically. So we are working with them. If the prices are going down, if the difference still it is there around 70,000 to 80,000 per vehicle, the differential cost is there. Now, if that can come down to at least the kit conversion cost, that is around 35 to 45,000, it can come down, then people will be more attracted towards that. Once those cars are there on the road, they would be there, number one. Number two, EVs, it will take time, and we have a now policy to go for alternate fuel energy also. We have tied up with the kinetic energy for setting up the swapping of batteries. Instead of going for the charging, we have a set of two charging stations. It is picking up, not coming very business. I'm not getting any business, but to start with that, we have set up two charging stations, and we are going for our entire Delhi having around 150 CNG stations for this kinetic with the connective one for swapping of the battery for two-wheelers and three-wheelers. Now, two-wheelers and three-wheelers with four-wheelers, probably it may take, even the swapping will take longer time to, because of the weight of the battery would take more time, but over a period of time, it may come. Once I'm there for the swapping, the business, definitely, whenever the technological development would be there, we can switch over to the four-wheeler also. So that is one. And the third one is that no, the hydrogen also. And we have already, you might be knowing that HCNG, we have operated few buses with the teams and DTC, that it has shown the result is encouraging. It is showing that it is much better than even CNG also. Now that HCNG 18% hydrogen would be there, and we are in the process of setting up the hydrogen plant ourselves or with a partner of we have tied up with the MO with the Green Co, and to or with the help of GAIL also we can set up the hydrogen ourselves and mixing with the CNG so as to get the HCNG or up to a level of 18%. So we are also diversing towards that, but at the same time, I must tell that the way today the restriction was there for CNG that intra-city. Now it is pan-India, around 50% area have been covered. 11th round is coming up by the PNGRB. Probably the balance, another 10-20% area would be covered. So it will be pan-India. Now anybody can think of going to anywhere with the CNG car. So looking into that, it has become more user-friendly fuel as on date. So people will be attracted towards that. EVs will come. I don't say that it will not come, but it will take some time. Now EVs or hydrogen or CBG, there are various alternate fuels are there. And even LNG also, LNG may come also because LNG is much cheaper and
Understood.
better than even CNG. So as regard environment is concerned, all these things,
Right.
options would be there. Yeah, options would be there with the purchaser, but it will depend on which
Of
one
course.
giving the more infrastructure facility. That is the question basically.
Correct. Right. Well, Mr. Jana, there's no doubt that the future has to be green, and I'm sure with all that you mentioned, IGL is going to be playing a big, big role towards a lower emission world that we hope we will see in the forthcoming future. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.